Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV. And in this segment, dear viewers, beneath the banner, Back Together, the Fourth World Youth Forum, WYF, convened under the patronage of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in Sharm el-Sheikh from the 10th to the 13th of January. The annual forum, first held in 2017, was postponed last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. This year's round discusses the impact of the pandemic, climate change, human rights, entrepreneurship and technology, 5G networks, digital transformation, distance learning, and the future of energy. And this year's event also includes sessions in which entrepreneurs can share their experiences, the challenges they faced, and their success stories. With young people with a special focus on the role of startup companies and small and medium enterprises and the ways they are copying the economic repercussions of the coronavirus pandemic. And in this context, dear viewers, we have the pleasure in this segment to have with us His Excellency and our prominent guest, Mr. Taha Ali Ahmed, a political researcher, to tell us more about the significance and the goals of the fourth edition of the World International Forum. A very good day, sir, and it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you for being with us, Mr. Taha. So in your view, what is the significance of this forum? This is the fourth edition. And what is the message Egypt is sending to the world by hosting the world's youth here in the City of Peace?
Yes, first of all, we can see that the Youth Forum is one of the Egyptian tools to present its experience as a leading experience in youth empowerment as a national strategy, as a part of its process of the development. The Egyptian, the top head of Egypt, considers the youth as a backbone of the process of development, and the new republic should be built upon the youth who are represent 60% of the Egyptian population. So youth are the future of this country. So they have to be the core point of the development of this country. So the Egyptian presidency called the 1916 as a year of 2016 as a year of youth. So during the recent years, the Egyptian national strategy for youth empowerment launched many initiatives like presidential program for youth rehabilitation and qualification for leadership, and the Egyptian state took several steps to achieve such goals to empower youth. So this forum is one of the tools to present your experience, to tell the world that we have a good experience. Most of all the world have to see the Egyptian experience in this field.
Right.
Okay, sir, what do you think Sharm el-Sheikh was chosen to be the place to host this forum, and what is the aim of gathering your youth from around the globe?
Actually, for Sharm el-Sheikh especially is well known internationally as a city and as a city of peace, as a city of international conferences. Because of several international conferences were held in this city, so all of the world knows such Sharm el-Sheikh. Also, it is characterized by its good weather. It's very nice,
especially in this cold.
Yes, yes. Also, it is known as the Egyptian face and nature. So it's very nice. It's a very nice choice to be. It's the Egyptian face for the world.
You mean the image, the Egyptian image?
Yes, for not only as a touristic destination, but also as a brand of the international peace, because of several international conferences were held in this city.
Right. Now, Mr. Taha, in your view, what makes this edition potentially different, positively different from the previous successful editions as well, let us say?
But we don't have to forget that it's also is extending for the previous editions, but especially this edition will covering very vital and hot current issues that is facing the world, like climate change, terrorism, and also business and economic perspective, like entrepreneurship and starting up, and also
digital transformation.
Yes. So exchanging visions on from all over the world on these topics, I think it's good. It's good to let the world to listen what is doing in Egypt.
Sir, I'd like in this context, of course, when we're discussing the World Youth Forum, which is a very important forum that under the auspices of President Fattah al-Sisi, it's 4th edition, and for the past 4 editions, it has reasserted in each edition that it was one of the most successful forums that took place here in Egypt, especially that youths witnessed, and they had wonderful time in each and every forum, because they were chosen. Some of them were chosen especially by President Fattah al-Sisi in person, which made the youths, of course, self-confidence and gave them a push that they witnessed here in our country. So they gave more effort to. So how do you view the topics that will be tackled during this edition of the World Youth Forum, and what makes this edition different from the previous editions, sir?
Actually, this edition came after the pandemic, of the international pandemic.
Last year, there wasn't
because
youth
of
forum
COVID.
because of the COVID-19.
Yeah. This year it's coming after the pandemic that shattered all of the world economies and created and several and serious problem faced the world. So during this edition, I think the participants will discuss and make panels to discuss all the hot issues after the pandemic.
Right. One of them is distance learning, and I guess the importance of distance learning was even was highlighted during the pandemic and after the pandemic.
Yeah, but the world, the world saw many critical problems, and also there is some subjects like the digital trades and digital transformation, also the climate change problem. Also, I think most of these issues are emerging in international arenas. So I think this is very important to make a platform during this conference, during this edition of conference, to exchange views from all over the world, and also to present the Egyptian view on these topics.
Right. So is the WYF, the World Youth Forum, supporting the overall desired social and economic development goals in Egypt? And how is that forum part of Egypt's overall vision for sustainable development, for youth empowerment, the 2030 vision?
This conference, as I mentioned before, is one tool of the Egyptian national strategy for youth empowerment. Like we saw in Egypt several steps taken by the states, like the presidential program for qualifying to qualify youth for leadership, and also the the National Academy for Training and Qualifying Leadership, Youth for Leadership also, and such steps taken by the state should be displayed during this conference. Also, we can see this conference as a reflection for what happened in Egypt during the last 6 years. I think this edition also will be the edition of harvest, will be the edition of the year of harvest for what happened in Egypt during the last 6 years.
Okay, sir, what are the challenges that the youth face in the current time in Egypt and in the entire world, of course? And do you believe that the youth from the entire world are facing the same challenges that the youth in Egypt face? And, of course, the impact of the World Youth Forum on the global youth that are going to be joining in this important forum?
Yeah, this point is related to the youth empowerment and the challenges face this very important point in all over the world, not in Egypt only. So one of these challenges are the political conflict in all international regions. We have several critical the conflicts in the Middle East, for example. So such problems, I think, maybe as a challenge for many development process in several many of our neighbor countries like Libya, Syria, what's happening in Tunisia. Also, so the first challenge faced the youth empowerment is the political instability in several countries in the Middle East, for example. Also, I think there is some challenges, economic one, like we have very poor economies in the Middle East. So I think we have to find a way out for the economic problems. I think this is point of what is being discussed in this conference, like some things like regional integration between Arab and African countries. So I think economic and the political crisis, and I think they are, and also there is some social challenges in most of the peripheries and poor areas, not in Egypt only, but all over the world. So social, political, and economic challenges are facing the youth empowerment.
Yeah.
So how, from your own perspective, do you think that this World Youth Forum will export to the entire world that Egypt is secure and stable, and that everyone that wants to come to Egypt to enhance tourism, of course, which is very important, that one of the most important targets, of course, of this World International Forum is that Youth Forum is that we're working on exporting the idea that Egypt is a safe and secure country to enhance tourism in Egypt for our economy to get better, of course.
Yeah. Egypt is very important and the key state in the very important region like the Middle East. So all of the world are looking into what is happening in Egypt during the last decades. So succeeding in organizing such international conferences like this forum and the previously national forum, also I think it has very
Important
good message
impact.
to all over the world that we have a stable environment to come to, where you are welcome to Egypt, to Sharm el-Sheikh, all over Egyptian cities. I think Egypt is very safe, very stable, and it has its aspiring vision for the future. Egypt is running for the future, not walking for the future. It's running for the future. So I think it's a very nice message for all over the world to you are welcome in Egypt.
Now, Mr. Taha, President Sisi has said that investing in the youth will prevent them from being attracted to extremists and terrorist groups. I want you to elaborate on this point and tell us, how such a forum would indeed clap and hit on and end the idea of the so-called clash of civilizations and get youth from all around the world to coexist and to love each other and to work together instead of clashing against each other.
I think it's a very important point because it's very related to Egyptian vision and the Egyptian perspective for combating terrorism. The Egyptian concept of the war on terrorism, that it's not security, it's a human and social face of terrorism. In 2016, the Egyptian state announced that it is a year of youth as a part of, as a core point of, a core access to face all extremism and terrorism, all kind of such foreigner ideas that is not related to the Egyptian culture. So, as a part of Egyptian conquest and its face for the world, Egypt tries to tell the world that we have a new vision combating terrorism not just by weapons, it's by ideas. We saw in Egypt many ideas for religious and innovation initiatives. So we have to
Renewing the religious
yes. We are telling the world that we have a new vision for combating to terrorism. Like we are not extreme, we are moderate, we have a tolerance ideas, we are the true face of Islam. It's not, they are not the radical group, they are not Islam, we are the moderate true of Islam. Also, we are telling the world that you have to benefit from our lessons. We have a long history for combating and warring terrorism, so you have to listen to us. And also we have to destroy the traditional ideas that there is a clash of civilizations. There is some the so-called human civilizations. We are in the in Egypt, Arab world, and all of the Islamic world are part of the human civilization. There is no West and East. We are a human being. We have to consolidate and integrate to face such very dangerous ideas. So during this edition of the forum, Egypt is trying to tell the world that we have something, you have to listen to us.
Right.
Okay, sir, if you would send a message to the young people globally, and of course specifically in Egypt, and we want to send a message to the Africans, what would you like to say, sir, through the the World Youth Forum that's going to take place and start today?
For the Egyptian youth, I tell them that we are passing very critical and serious stage. We have to work to big consolidations. We have to cooperate to build our countries. Don't listen to the extreme ideas. Egypt is a moderate. Egypt is going into the future by you as a youth. For the African youth, I tell them that we are a part of the African continent. We are Africans. We are African by the word of the geography. We are African country. Egypt is a part of the African continent. We have to work in consolidations. Also, Egypt will never be something one day without African peoples. The African people also will never be something one day without Egypt also. So we have to work together to face the future problems. For the world youth, we are a part of the human civilization. We have to work together. Look at Egypt. Egypt is the state of Egypt is the country of the stability, the peace, prosperity. Egypt is a country of terrorism. Also, Egypt is tolerance. Also, we are the right face of Islam. We are moderate. Don't listen to the extreme ideas. We are.
Sir, we're not only the image of Islam, but we also export Islam to the international. Yes. Because the Azhar is one of the most important.
It's not mine or your.
We export.
Your word is the word of the
we
history.
are the ones.
It's
Egypt.
not a judgment. It's a fact.
Egypt exports Islam all over the world, the entire world. So so this is one of the very important things that takes place here in Egypt, and it's very.
So Egypt is Arab. Egypt is African. Egypt is the cradle of civilization and a bridge between civilizations.
I think this is one of the main messages of the forum. Egypt is a central point between it's central point between Africa, Asian, and European, and Mediterranean. Also, it's Arab, and also we have a good experience that is happening in Egypt during the last decades. We have very important lessons. The world will have to listen to us and benefit from our experience.
Sir, I see that, of course, through the World Youth Forum that takes place here in Egypt under the auspices of President Fattah al-Sisi, that this youth forum that is made especially for youths is one of the most important forums that take place here in Egypt, because it works on youth. And working in youth, this is our future, and our these are the people or the young ones that are gonna be representing Egypt in the future. So most important that we get out of them the best of all of them and the best of each and every one, and we know very well how they think and how our presidency thinks and collaborate together. And they go out of this forum every single year so enthusiastic, so happy. They really want to bring out everything because it pushes them really forward. They feel witnessed in Egypt. They don't feel that they're neglected. So it makes a very important change in the country. What do you think?
Yeah, the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi insists to participate personally in these editions.
Right.
For the World Forums, and also before previously there were national forum, not National Youth Forum. The Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi insists to participate personally. I think it's a good message to say that it's very important and it's a high priority for the Egyptian thinking on the development and the Egyptian image that Egypt is the state of young people. The young people are in the core point, the core thinking of the Egyptian presidency and all of the project of the new republic.
Those are the ones that are going to be representing Egypt in the future.
Yes.
They are the future.
They're the future, exactly.
They are the future, and they are all of the. I told you before that the youth are counted more than 60% of the Egyptian.
That's why we have to bring out the best of all the youth that we have in Egypt to have a better.
If you imagine most of the previous projects and initiatives launched by the states most of them are for the youth. Creating several thousands of factories, industry for small and micro industries, and social projects also. And this
even investing in the sports youth centers. I mean, you see a lot of the infrastructure in the sports fields. We see the youth centers are now all across the country, and they are at a very, very high level. It was never like this before.
Yeah, I think it is because we are thinking of the future, not for the past. Yes. We also, this is very important message from this forum, that we are thinking in the future, not the past. So this is why we are calling the world youth. You are welcome in Egypt. There is good platform for dialogue between your views and ours in Egypt, and also you are the future.
Right. Let them dream together. All of the youth from around
and let's dream with them, Mohammed.
Yeah. Okay.
I think before there was no place for dream. Now it's okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, and on that positive note, Rana, we thank on behalf of our dear viewers, Mr. Taha Ali Ahmed, the political researcher. It's been a great pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. Taha, it was a pleasure having you with us today. Thank you very much for your informative knowledge, a political researcher. Thank you so much. Dear viewers, this was this segment of Nile Cruise. Stay with us. We have a lot today. Don't go away.